All right, so since the roll call will be carried out via Nemo vote, now the CCC, with the help of a few volunteers, is going to distribute the voting cards to you as per the last CCC report. And we are now officially live, and the link will be distributed ASAP.
Meanwhile, all of you, please log into NemoVote if you haven't already.
Could you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so meanwhile, everyone, please log into NemoVote. We have about 50 so far.
All right, since we are starting shortly, please prepare, have your seats, because we'll be starting very soon. So it's the last moments. And in just a moment, we'll also ask you to keep a bit silent for us to be able to proceed.
Hola.
All right, currently we have 44 NMOs with voting rights as per the last CCC report. So we have quorum. However, it's not the last moment for you guys to join, because this quorum will be recorded in the minutes. So I also ask the plenary team to, the pre-selected plenary team to take a screenshot and note at the moment when I call for the roll call, which is not yet now, but in just a second. We have 52 now. All right, so now I'm going to ask the pre-selected plenary team to take the roll call by screenshotting or downloading in any other form, shape or form, the list of NMOs present at this point. And the pre-selected vice chairperson, please tell me how many NMOs we have at this point.
Can you repeat your question? How many what at this point?
We cannot hear you. Could you try to adjust your microphone?
Wait, Miko, we can't hear you.
Nibosha, could you try speaking because we have some problems with links in here.
Yes, I can hear you, Sonia.
Okay,
I think
there's
something on your
it's
side.
the sound is off. Can we have this sound fixed? Nibosha, can you hear me at this point?
I can hear you. Can you hear us? Am I audible?
Barely, so we're gonna up the volume. Can we have the volume even more up? All right, Nibosha, can you try now?
Am I audible? Do you hear me?
Yes, you're audible. Sonia?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Perfect. So please tell me, how many NMOs do we have at this point in the roll call?
In the Nemo vote, currently we have 57 NMOs, and with voting rights, we are for the plenary one, we are supposed to have 92 NMOs.
So we can, how many with voting rights currently we have?
We have
57.
48.
56.
Okay, 56, which means we have a quorum since the total number was 92. So that's the roll call that will be recorded in the minutes. And my first point here will be to present the acting plenary team that will be acting until the selection of the plenary team, which will be done by you, the NMOs. And as the temporary chairperson, it's me, Mikołaj Patalong, IFMSA Vice President for Activities. As the acting vice chairperson, Nur Asaf, IFMSA VPRC. And as acting secretary, Angelo Moreno, IFMSA VPM. So, may I ask the secretary team to show us the procedural motion number 1? I hear some complaints about the audio. Can you hear?
Yes, Miko, we can hear you. It's going to be me. It's Nibosha who is sharing the screen right now, so it's not the secretary assistant team.
All right, perfect. Is the sound quality now better? Okay, so I'll keep the microphone further from my mouth. All right. So we have the first procedural motion, which is to open the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March Meeting 2024, which will be conducted in a hybrid setting. This means that the plenaries will be conducted hybrid in its entirety, and the decisions and election made and conducted hybrid according to the voting procedure outlined in the IFMSA Constitution and bylaws and relevant supporting documents will be considered as valid. The proposer is the IFMSA EB. Would you like to confirm? Would you like to comment? All right. Do we have a seconder? PIMSIC Finland. All right. May we proceed to the votes?
Yes, I am opening the Nemo vote for this procedural motion.
Yes.
In 1, 2, 3.
Change microphone. I would ask the pre-selected plenary team to zoom into the document because some of the participants cannot see the text, especially those in the right part of the hall.
This is the most that we can zoom in, but I can.
It's still at 100%.
But I can try like
increase,
this.
Yeah, increase the font.
Is it visible?
Sorry?
Is it visible now?
Is it visible now? Okay. No.
Is it visible now?
I know. But they want it there.
Hey Miko, is it visible now or any other accommodations needed?
Yeah, now we change it. How many votes do we have in?
Wait. We have 44. I assume it's almost 10 more NMOs. Let's wait for 10 seconds.
It's 10 seconds until the end of the vote.
Yeah. We can wait for 10 more seconds. If you have not gone to the Nemo vote yet, please check Nemo vote. There is an open motion right now. Please put your votes.
Okay, as the temperature person, I think we could close the vote now.
We need 36. Okay, as this is 2/3 majority for this motion to pass, we would be needing 36 votes.
Okay, and the results of the vote will be read out by the temporary vice chairperson, Noor Asaf.
I am closing the vote. Okay, we have 49 in favor, 3 against, 1 abstain. Total number of voting NMOs is 53.
Therefore, I declare the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024 as open. And now, to save time, we turn to the agenda point number 2, agenda item number 2, which is the adoption of the hybrid plenary guidelines. They are proposed by the IFMSA Executive Board. And the motion reads, to adopt the hybrid General Assembly guidelines as sent on the NMO server on the 29th of February 2024 to be used for the conduct of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024. It's proposed by the IFMSA Executive Board. Would you like to explain? No. Do we have a seconder for the motion? IFMSA Austria. Do we have a direct negative? IFMSA Croatia. So we can proceed to the votes.
I am opening the vote right now. We just have 5 votes for now. Going to wait for 10 more seconds.
Does anyone have problem with connection? Is anyone experiencing internet connection issues? Throughout the plenary, if it's the case, please notify the plenary team about that, and we'll try to resolve this issue. But so far, I see that everyone has proper connection.
Okay, I am closing the vote in 3, 2, 1. This is a regular motion, so it should require a simple majority. Total number of voting NMOs are 51 for this, in favor 45, against 4, abstain 2, motion passes.
And we clap. And it's a good tradition to clap when a motion is adopted. All right, so let me now jump to agenda item number 3, which is the election of the chairperson and the vice chairperson. And this agenda point will be divided because I will lead it until the election of the chairperson, and then the chairperson elected will be taking over. So it's another regular motion proposed by IFMSA EB. It is to elect Dr. Nebojša Nikolić, IFMSA Serbia, as the plenary chairperson of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024. The EB, would you like to explain? No. Do we have a seconder? IFMSA Serbia. Do we have a direct negative? Which means that Dr. Nebojša Nikolić has been elected the chairperson of this GA. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone, and Miko for chairing so far. We're going to move on to the next motion right away. Save some time, and we'll do some other introductory stuff in the next plenary. So regular motion number 4, to elect Dr. Sania Sahasrabude from MSI India as the plenary vice chairperson of the 72nd General Assembly March meeting 2024. Tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
No, we would not like to explain.
All right. Do we have a seconder for this? I'm going to take IFMSA Joe from Zoom. Let's see. Joe, do we have any amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. Therefore, this motion passes.
We have an amendment.
You had an amendment?
It's what? Yes. We have an amendment from the EB. It's the 73rd General Assembly, not the 72nd.
Okay. Does the proposer accept the amendment? IFMSA EB?
Yes, we are the proposer who accept.
Does the seconder accept the amendment? IFMSA Joe?
Yes, we accept the amendment.
All right, thank you. Therefore, the amendment is incorporated in the motion, which now reads to elect Dr. Sania Sahasrabude from MSI India as the plenary vice chairperson of the 73rd General Assembly March meeting 2024. Do we have any further amendments? I see none. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. Therefore, this motion passes by nemo contra, and Sania Sahasrabude is the vice chairperson.
Thank you all.
We proceed to the next motion, or the agenda point, which is presentation of the secretary and assistant secretaries. For this point, we do not have elections. This is done by the chairperson, appointed by the chairperson. So through the efforts of the executive board with the plenary calls, they've helped with the selection of the plenary secretary and assistant secretaries. I'm just gonna read out their names. And additionally, we had 2 members added from the spot. Thank you so much for helping us out. They will be joining in person. So Plenary Secretary Sarah Gazan Asad Nasser from IFMSA Sweden as the Plenary Secretary, and the Assistant Secretaries are Mohamed Tafik from IFMSA Egypt, Abderrahman Omer Mohamed Osman Abdelrahim from Medicine Sudan, Habiba Abdelaziz from IFMSA Egypt, Marian Imran Nasrullah from IFMSA Pakistan, Caitlin and Molina Obispo from IFMSA Philippines, Arifa Azami from CIMSA Indonesia, Elin Cook from IFMSA NL, and Kamel Tianju Hao from IFMSA Quebec. Sorry if I did not pronounce your names correctly. Moving on to the next agenda item, which is election of the returning officers. Just as an FYI, whenever we start a new agenda item, you will see this. And then every time for every motion, you can see here the agenda item. So regular motion number 5, to elect Camilo Andre Prito, Princip IFMSA Peru, Marilis Suk from IFMSA Estonia, Jovana Ružičić from IFMSA Serbia, Tomas Valença Ferreira from ANEM Portugal, Mohamed Hashim Ali Salih from Medicine Sudan, and Mina Mohammed Badradin Al-Bayati from IFMSA Iraq as the returning officers of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024, tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
No, we don't want to explain. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Okay, Sarah, can you pick one from the animals in person?
IFMSA Brazil.
Okay, IFMSA Brazil. Do we have
Brazil, sorry.
Sorry, what? Sarah,
Then-
could you repeat?
it is then in Brazil, because
Okay.
IFMSA Brazil still does not have voting rights. So do we have any amendments? I don't see any. Do we have a direct negative? I don't see any. Okay. This motion passes nemo contra. And we have our returning officers elected.
Okay, I think we have a point of information from EB.
All right.
Maiko, could you specify motion number?
Yes, can we go back to the motion about hybrids guidelines? To motion number 1.
Yep.
Okay, so it said that it was shared in 2023 and the conduct of the GA in 2023. So it means that we need to redo the motion starting from this motion to be completely valid in terms of the hybrids guidelines.
Give us one moment.
Sure.
I only want to confirm whether we need to redo everything or we just need to get back to that point. So we'll take a second from the CCs, from the proposed valued members that have aspirations for a CCC, to hear from them how we should proceed to advise the chairperson. And the confirmation is that the motion is necessary in order to be able to do all the other motions. And unfortunately, we'll need to repeat.
We can, I think we need to take a pause, a technical pause.
We'll take 5 minutes break. So what I'm gonna do is current status, 5 minutes technical break for us to understand what we need to do now.
Hola.
Oh, hello. Don't leave without submitting your voting cards, please. Thank you.
All right, everybody, please get back to your seats. We are gonna start in 3 minutes. So by the time you get back to your seats, we are gonna restart this. We have to, unfortunately, repeat everything from the second motion.
Yes, please silence in the hall. And please
Okay, I'm gonna
take your
repeat.
seats.
For those who didn't hear me, we have to repeat. And we'll double check the dates for everything else that needs to be there. Sorry for the inconvenience on behalf of everyone, but now please go back to your seats. We'll start in 3 minutes. And Miko, you need to get back to the stage or wherever you chaired from to continue. And please, when we ask for like a technical break, if you're not able to come back in those 3-5 minutes, please don't get up from your seats.
Nebosha, the Nemo vote, sorry, Maiko, the Nemo vote is ready. Do we have the updated presentation to support Maiko in this case?
No, the original motion will be like this, and we'll have an amendment to it. So let me take it over from now. Okay, guys, please silence in the hall because we need to proceed. So we are back to square one because we need to quickly redo the motion number, regular motion number 1. And I will read it out in its original wording. So still, it's going to say the wrong date. However, I was informed that the EB will propose an amendment changing twice 2023 to 2024. So the motion reads, to adopt the hybrid General Assembly guidelines as sent on the NMO server on the 29th of February 2023. There was no such day, by the way. To be used for the conduct of the 73rd General Assembly March meeting 2023. The proposer is IFMSA EB. Would you like to explain? No. Do we have a seconder? BVMD Germany. Do we have any amendments? Okay, some technical issue. OC Hope needed to the TO table.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much. At
good.
the same B, we have an amendment to correct the date. So from the 72nd to 73rd General Assembly, and then from 2023 to 2024.
Thank you. Does the proposer accept the amendment?
Yes.
Does the seconder accept the amendment, BVMD Germany? Okay, they accept. Do we have a direct negative? Cromsey, Croatia. Therefore, we proceed to the vote.
I am opening the Nemo vote in 3, 2, 1. I am going to wait for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am closing the vote. Total number of voting NMOs 46. In favor, 41. Against, 4. Abstain, 1. This being a simple motion, it passes with a simple majority. Maiko, I think you should announce the result again.
Which means that the hybrid plenary guidelines have been adopted, very much like your artists. Now we proceed to the agenda item number 3, which is the election of the chairperson and the vice chairperson. And just as a point of information from my side, all the other motions are valid. They contain proper dates, so there's nothing to amend. So the motion number 2 reads to elect Dr. Nebojša Nikolić, IFMSA Serbia, as the plenary chairperson of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024. It's proposed by IFMSA EB. Would you like to explain? No. Do we have a seconder? Limsa Lithuania. Do we have a direct negative? I see none. Therefore, Dr. Nebojša Nikolić has been elected as the chairperson for the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024.
Thank you again. Once was enough, but let's do it twice. As we move on to the next motion, again, repeat of regular motion number 4 to elect Dr. Sania Sarazabude from MSA India as the plenary vice chairperson of the 72nd General Assembly March meeting 2024, tabled by IFMSA EB. They want to explain?
No, we would not like to explain.
Do we have a seconder? IFMSA Joe. Do we have any amendments? There used to be one, so I'm kind of
IFMSA EB?
expecting. Yeah.
Okay, so would like to amend from the 72nd to 73rd General Assembly.
Thank you. Does the proposer accept? I assume yes.
Yes.
Does the seconder accept?
Yes.
Thank you. Do we have any further amendments? I don't see any. Do we have a direct negative? I don't see any. Therefore, this motion passes nemo contra. And Sania is elected again as the vice chairperson.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm glad Nebojša over the years has learned to spell out my last name.
Thank you. Now, the presentation of secretary, assistants, and secretary, you have it on the screen. I hope it's visible. I'm not going to read out the names again. So moving on. Hope that's okay. Moving on to next agenda point, election of the returning officers, redoing the motion number 5 to elect, this one I have to read, Camilo Andrei Prito Princip, IFMSA Peru, Mari Lisuk, STMSA Estonia, Jovana Ružičić, IFMSA Serbia, Tomas Valença Ferreira, Anna Portugal, Mohamed Hashim Ali Salih, Medicine Sudan, and Mina Mohammed Badradin Al Bayati, IFMSA Iraq, as the returning officers of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024, tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
No, we would not like to explain.
Do we have a seconder? BBMD Germany. I think you were, but I can see the flag. Do we have any amendments? I don't see any. Everything fine with the motion. Perfect. We're moving to direct negatives. Do we have any? Again, I don't see any direct negatives. Therefore, this motion passes nemo contra, and we are re-electing returning officers. Congratulations. Now we have the agenda item election of the financial committee, for which we received no motions. I am going to assume we might have a speakers list. Is that correct? I was informed by at least maybe CCC and Subco.
Hello, I can speak.
Yeah, so IFMSA Subco is going to be first on the speakers list. Anyone else?
Please select the CCC, Theodoros.
Actually, we don't have a CCC, so we're not going to have CCC. We're just going to have IFMSA Subco. And then you can or IFMSA Subco, can we elect CCC and then we can talk about FC? Is that okay? Okay. We're gonna get back to this. So, agenda item 7, election of the Constitution Credential Committee, regular motion number 6, to elect Pauline Marianne Hassan Tueful, IFMSA NL, Joseline Mabel Rios Garcia, IFMSA Peru, John Zavaleta Sanchez, IFMSA Peru, Theodoros Theodoru Simsa Cyprus, and Maria Matish Fasimere Romania, as the Constitutional Credential Committee of the 73rd IFMSA General Assembly March meeting 2024, tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
No, thank you. We would not like to explain.
Do we have a seconder? AMP Ecuador, I think is there. Do we have any amendments? Motion looks good, right? Okay, I don't see any amendments. Do we have a direct negative? I don't see any direct negatives. Okay, therefore, motion passes nemo contra, and we have an elected CCC. I'm now going to open a speakers list before we adopt the agenda. So IFMSA Subco and CCC, I assume you're on the speakers list.
Thank you, Chairperson. This is Duda speaking on behalf of the Subco. Since we shared this email with you about the FC situation that we don't have any applicants, we didn't submit the motion because we actually don't have applicants for this. However, in case there will be applicants for the FC, we will be able to submit the motions tonight. So it's ready for the next plenary. Thank you.
Thank you, CCC.
This is Theodoros from the CCC. This is a response to the statement that was shared in the NMO server by the Supervising Council. Dear Supervising Council, National Member Organizations and Executive Board, we would like to extend to you this statement as a response to your questions and concerns regarding the absence of a financial committee. We believe in holding the utmost transparency in our work, and extending this response to all NMOs will help us achieve that. Before we conclude with our interpretation for Federation's Constitution and bylaws, we would like to present to you a few points that have been considered and have been investigated. The CNB clearly outlines the responsibilities and tasks of the Financial Committee. We invite all of you to refer to bylaws 10.22 to 10.27, where you can find outline the responsibilities and consistency and requirements of the Financial Committee. The Financial Committee examines the suggesting for approval of pending financial reports of the General Assembly meetings, completing a list of debts incurred by observer and NMOs of the organizing committee, assessing allocation of internal funds, and addressing unresolved issues and recommendations from previous financial committees, reviewing the financial report of the Federation, and examining the Federation's bookkeeping since the last General Assembly. Having invited the essential role of the Financial Committee in our Federation's sustainability and viability, we conclude the following. In the short-term consequences, as per bylaw 10.26, the Financial Committee is responsible to review the proposed for adoption the financial reports of General Assembly meetings that are pending approval. The financial reports do not get reviewed and cannot be processed for approval due to the rightful proposer being absent. This report of the Financial Committee that should include the current and potential finance-related issues of the Federation per bylaw 10.27 and other information as per bylaw 10.26 will not be drafted for the General Assembly. Long-term consequences, the absence of a financial committee for the General Assembly has led to an increased amount of workload for the next financial committees, mainly affecting the August meeting 2024 committee. To review processes and adoption of the financial reports of the General Assembly meetings is a process that will add to the already burdened agenda of the upcoming August meeting. The absence of the Financial Committee does not, however, undermine the viability of the General Assembly, but it does, however, create turmoil for the future General Assemblies and Financial Committees, as those reports will in future need to be drafted and reviewed and adopted. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, CCC. I received information that there is potentially echo in the room and you're not able to hear us. Are we audible right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So we're going to move on to the next point, which is adoption of the agenda, number 8, and procedural motion for this. We'll have to proceed to a vote for this, so you know. To adopt the agenda of the 73rd General Assembly, March meeting 2024, as sent on the NMO server on the 29th of February 2024. Tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
No, we would not like to explain.
Do we have a seconder? IFMSA Serbia. The needed majority for this is 2/3, as it's a procedural motion, and we need to proceed to a vote.
Yes, I am opening the vote in a minute. Okay, starting the vote. 1, 2, 3, go. Ten more votes per the roll call required. If you have not voted yet, please do complete your vote. Going to wait for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to close the vote. Total number of voting NMOs for this are 49. In favor, 47. Against, 1. Abstain, 1. The motion passes with 2/3 majority.
Thank you. With this, we adopted our agenda for the meeting, and we have the next agenda item, presentations of other organizations, observers, and guests. I'm informed we're doing this now.
Yes, thank you so much. So we are going to present the external guests and also the observers. So it will be IFMSA present at the interim and the VPM. So dear delegates, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the first plenary of the 73rd IFMSA DA. Today, we have the honor of acknowledging and expressing our heartfelt gratitude to the external partners who have contributed their support, expertise, and resources to our collective endeavors to provide you with a dynamic space to learn, interact, explore, and grow. Let me present you the list of external partners for March meeting 24. So we'll be having with us, mostly online, the Global Surgery Foundation, the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, International Journal of Medical Students, United for Global Mental Health, World Medical Association Junior Doctors, WMA JDN, Johns Hopkins Programs for International Education in Gynecology and Obstetrics, Migration Youth and Children Platform, ScholarX, the NET, and WFME, World Federation for Medical Education. I would also like to share my absolute gratitude towards the liaison officers for their hard work in our external affairs. Let's make the most out of it and don't hesitate to interact with all of our external partners during March meeting. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, IFMSA President. A request for you to send the text of this to the plenary secretary so that it can be added to the minutes. Navosha, the mic is yours.
Thank you. We're moving on to the agenda item 10, introduction to the IFMSA officials and the organizing committee. I'm going to assume this is going to be done in the opening ceremony tonight. Or you're doing it
Sorry,
now?
point of information. We need to also present the observers for the General Assembly by the VPM. Sorry.
You were not done. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Evelina. Thank you so much, Chairperson. So we are having 6 observers. All of them are attending online. We have Ma Jin-young from the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Medical Students Association from Macau that are presenting the membership application. We have Tam Impan, also from the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Medical Students Association. We have 2 observers from the Medical Students Association from Pakistan, Haram Altaf and Khadija Sadat Zahi. And finally, we have 2 observers from 2 suspended NMOs. We have Amagana Dugno from APSF Mali, and we have Kabera Olam from MSA DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Thank you.
Thank you, IFMSA VPM. Is this all? We presented the organizations, observers, and guests. Confirmed?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. So now to the agenda item 10, introduction to the IFMSA officials and the organizing committee. Are you doing this now or later? IFMSA EB?
Okay, it works. The presentation of the team of officers and the OC will happen during the opening ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you. Therefore, moving on to the next agenda item, interim update by the executive board on the execution of the strategic plan. Will this be done now or president sessions?
It has already happened during the online president sessions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, I'm not gonna play around with that. Moving on to the next agenda item, adoption of the minutes of the 72nd General Assembly, August meeting 2023. Yes, this date is now correct, as this point refers to the minutes of the previous GA. Motion number 8, to adopt the plenary minutes of the 72nd General Assembly, August meeting 2023, as shared on the NMO server on the 29th of February 2024. Tabled by IFMSA EB. Do you want to explain?
We would only like to thank the NMOs who helped us first in the long input process when we received amendments. And then we also received some final comments from some NMOs. I will not name you, but thank you all for that. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Do we have a seconder for this? System Italy. Do we have any amendments? I don't see any in the room or the Zoom, and we're moving on. Do we have a direct negative? IFMSA Spain. Would you like to explain? Is there an alternative motion for this? IFMSA Spain or anyone else? I don't see any alternative motions. Just going to write it here. Okay. We now need to proceed to a vote. Majority required, simple majority. Sania?
Awesome. Opening the vote in 3, 2, 1. Fourteen more NMOs. If you have still not voted, please vote. We are at 47 votes right now. Going to wait for 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. I'm closing the vote. Total number of voting NMOs 47. In favor 42. Against 4. Abstain 1. The motion passes with a simple majority.
Thank you. With that, we conclude this plenary session. And with 2 reminders for you, I will be communicating most with every one of you through the NMO server and also WhatsApp chat if you need any further assistance. My number is there. Feel free to reach out, but please read all the instructions sent on the server. Think of it as 5, 10, 15 minutes of talking to me about what's going to happen in the next days. All motions are now also shared in a master sheet. So for the next plenary, they're going to be updated on the day. And as a reminder, credential forms, you need to send them to the CCC. And for those with candidates from their NMO, please include the candidates also, even if they are from the EB and the TO currently. Thank you all. Sorry for the technical issues. We're going to debrief and sort them out. If you notice anything that we did not observe that we need to improve, feel free to reach out as well. Have a nice day and enjoy the opening ceremony for those in person. And a good night to the rest. Bye.
Bye-bye. We can see the clapping action, but we can't hear the clapping action, so. Thank you.
Te quiero.
¿Qué? ¿Qué es eso?
If you received the voting card, please return it. I see most of you are doing that, so thank you very much.
Me queda 1%.
Él usará, ¿cómo? Él usará solo para decirte lo mucho que lo siento.
Soy la mala influencia y eso te gustó. Eres niña mala, se nota mi amor. Eres una diabla. Mira cómo bailas. Del 1 al 100, eres un millón. Puro Cristian Dior, 20 y Valenciaga.
A mí me sobra la...
Lo que quieras, mi amor, mi chula princesa, te voy a dar de...
Panamá.
No,
Sí, mira. Bueno. No.
Y yo puedo comerte como a ti te gusta. Todo te dejas. En caliente yo voy por ti. Oh, sorry.
¡Vamos! Y yo puedo comerte como a ti te gusta. Te dejo querer.
¿Cómo que secundar?
Aquí no muerdas, pásame algo.
Hola, sí, hola. ¿sí o no? Hola, hola, hola.
Hola, 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 uno, dos, hola, hola, sí, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, hola, hola, sí, sí, hola, hola, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, hola, 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 hola.